Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to another edition of hashtag I'm gonna say it.
Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build up their walls so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old day, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
All right, y'all. What's good, everybody? Listen, today's show is gonna be a little different from what we normally do. It's gonna be more community based. All right, so we're not gonna talk about Carmelo Anthony case. We're not gonna talk about celebrity stuff. This is more serious. This is more personal. This is close to home. I was trying to wait for my brother to get in here, but um, I don't know if he's got the invite yet or not. But what we're about to play and listen to right now, y'all, is serious. Now, some of you actually come and join us on Friday nights and on Saturday evenings for Outlaw Championship Wrestling. On Friday, it's Friday night fight feud. On Saturday, it's Saturday Night Showdown. And although that's a video game or EFED, virtual reality promotion, it's really a promotion in real life. It's a promotion that my little brother started, and I help assist him in running this promotion. And where we ran this promotion at is based out of a very small town here in Georgia called Whitesburg, Georgia. Now, I could say that, when some people talk about small towns, they're like, well, it's like one traffic light. Well, I'll say that, and I might be stretching it. I think it's like maybe two stop signs, but it might be a red light there, and I'm not even sure if it's a red light. I think it's a flashing one. But that's how small this is. Whitesburg, you really can't even call it a dot on the map. That's just that would be the population, a dot on the map. And unfortunately, it is predominantly of one race. Recently, there's been a young BLK man that went missing. Um, I'm going to play the audio. You all going to listen with me, and we'll try to. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I hate to say that this person. Well, you all won't be able to see it. And he's not talking, but he's in the comment section on this young man's mother's live on YouTube, and I guess this is the young man came to his house, and even out from the start, y'all, is suspect. I don't really know how to put my finger on what's going on. So let me ask you all and give you all time to think about it as we go on. So it's alleged that the young BLK man pulled in his driveway, got out of his car, left the car running, got out of his car, went to the back door of this person's house, and the man that lives there is saying that the young man was knocking on the door and he tried to, I guess, open the doorknob or something like that. And so the owner of the house, of course, went to the door and approached him with his pew pew, while his wife called the police. Uh, the homeowner who answered the door says that once he flashed his pew pew on this young BLK man, the BLK man ran into the woods and hasn't been seen since. The only reason this is important to me is because one, I'm very familiar with Whitesburg. Two, something don't sound right. And three, Carroll County and Coweta County Sheriff's Department acted a little suspect for me. It wasn't a sense of urgency. So let's listen to it, and when we end it, you all can let me know in the comments if you figured out what's going on or what you think about it. All right, let's go. Hopefully, my little brother will come in while we're listening.
There's an ongoing missing persons case that I want to talk to you guys about. It's out of Georgia. I really want to spread the word about this young man. I've been seeing his mom posting on Facebook.
If y'all know people and places y'all can put me in front of to help me get this out there, that would be greatly appreciated. Because like I said, I'm way past the malfunctioning stage. I'm gonna be honest with you. For the last couple
Lord,
of days,
that I went after
really
him.
been
That's what that sounds
mentally
like.
here. I have really mentally checked out. But sitting there today watching my son graduate, it just gave me a new fire. Like, it gave me a new fire. I know I'm capable. We're all capable. And I'm just needing help.
His disappearance is very mysterious, so I definitely want to talk to you guys about it, see what your thoughts are. And if you are familiar with the Whitesburg area of Georgia, definitely let me know in the comment section, because I think it can be super helpful when someone who actually lives in the area that we're talking about gives their input. The man who has gone missing is a 25-year-old named Malik Polk. He lives in Coweta County, Georgia, which is about 30 miles or so outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Malik is his mother's eldest son, and she says that he's very bright. He's a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and you can tell that he has great relationships with his family, especially his mom. Malik last spoke to his family on May the 17th and was reported missing on May 19th. His mother is named Sharita Hampton, and she's been trying to get the word out about her son and organize private search parties for him as well. After they reported him missing, his mom would learn that the last day he was actually seen was May 18th. And he was seen out in a town called Whitesburg, which is a super rural area in Georgia. It's about an hour away from where he lives. It's in Carroll County, and it's about 45 miles or so outside of Atlanta. Police were able to determine that he went out to Whitesburg through the use of CCTV in the area as well as his phone. So his phone was pinging, and it pinged all the way from his home all the way out to Whitesburg. And using this data, they were able to actually pinpoint which property he ended up at. He was specifically seen near Shiloh Church Road on the property of a man named Jim Dillard. Mr. Dillard would say that the evening of May 18th at around 5 or 6 p.m., a young man that looked like Malik came up to his back door on his property. This encounter spooked the Dillards. Mr. Dillard and his wife were inside the house, and it spooked them because Malik didn't come to the front door. He went to the back door. And Mr. Dillard also said that he seemed like he was kind of out of it. Malik's mom would end up speaking to Jim, and they would tell her that they flashed their firearm at Malik to get him to leave. And that when Malik saw the firearm, he ran off into the woods without saying anything at all. And that was the last time that the Dillards saw him.
And the neighbor, the guy, he was like, if he would have caught it before he knew that, the situation with my son, he would have tried to do something different. All he knew is that my son was banging on his back door and jiggling his handle, and that goes for anybody. I can understand that if it's late at night and you're not, I don't really have guests like that coming down my street. I get it.
Let's stop it there and let's be clear. I want to make sure that I'm abundantly clear. If this is in fact what happened, I can get how that would be scary, but I still think that put it like this. I get that part. I get where that would be an issue. Somebody showing up at your house unannounced and coming to your back door, not the front door. However, yeah, we'll just leave it right there. I won't go any further.
You understand? Because I'm realistic about what is going on.
According to them, there is a lake to the right and a field to the left, and he made a left. He went up towards the field, which leads out to a wooded area, and after the wooded area, it leads out to the road. That road eventually leads out to Highway 5. And there's not a whole lot going on in this area. It really is a pretty secluded area. Just to look at it with you guys in real time. So we have Shiloh Church Road, and we believe that the home was in this area. So I'm gonna pull up the terrain view. And this is potentially the lake. We're not 100% sure. But if he was in this area here and he ran this way, then you can see how he would eventually potentially either end up here on this dirt road and then go out to Shiloh Church Road, or run this direction, come out to Shiloh Church Road. And if I zoom out, you can see Shiloh Church eventually leads to Highway 5. So if you take a look here, it's very obvious how few homes are in the area. Everything is very spread out.
There's a young man that went missing where we used to wrestle at. It's a very small town, Pujo. I'm talking about really small, baby. It's really small. And I'm trying to figure out where the story is going, because allegedly he showed up at a house and the homeowner said that he came to the back door instead of the front door. And they said that he was banging on the door and like jiggled the doorknob. Door handle. So I would get going to get your pew and then, you know, making sure everything is okay. But the thing about it, love, is that the homeowner says once he showed or flashed his pew on the young BLK guy, man, he took the young BLK man took off running and ran into the woods. And no one has seen him since. And this happened May 19th. Now, again, I frequent this place plenty of times. We used to wrestle every Saturday night in this little town. And when I tell you that is nothing there, literally, you might have 2 convenience stores. Shoot, I don't even think it's the Dollar General. A 4-way stop, and I think a blinking light, like not a full red light, but I think it's blinking yellow on one side and red on the other. But that's just how small this town is. Brooke, welcome in. How you doing? And so that's what we're listening to right now. His mother's talking on YouTube.
Oh, and densely wooded. But this is the area that Malik was last known to be in. So a couple questions came to my mind right away, which is, why would he go to the back door? That's number one. And number two is, why would he run off into the field and into the woods if he had his vehicle? So we know that he pulled into the driveway in his car. He left his car running. He left his cell phone and his wallet in the car as well. And that's when he approached the Dillard's back door. So it's very strange that instead of running to his car to drive off, he just ran away on foot. And knowing that he didn't have his cell phone or his wallet, he wasn't in a position to pay for anything. So when he ran off on foot, then he couldn't order an Uber without his phone or his wallet. He couldn't pay for anything, really. So it really is suspicious, because we know that he would need money, but also everyone takes their phone with them everywhere. I'm just trying to put myself in that position, and I would have taken my phone with me from the car just to walk to the front door, because it's just a habit that most of us have now, where we keep our phone on us at all times. We know that Malik didn't know the Dillards, but even if he did know the Dillards, he most likely, under normal circumstances, would have taken his phone even with him to the front door, because if they don't come to the door, then you can text them and say, hey, I'm outside. So It definitely stood out to me as strange that he left his phone and his wallet in the car, and that he left his car running and never returned to it. About a week after Malik went missing, police did launch a search, and they searched about 2,000 acres of land. They used drones in the sky, they used four-wheelers on the ground, they sent out dive teams to search in the lake, all to no avail. They also used search dogs, but none of these efforts resulted in him being found. And I just want to put out there that in the week before the police actually started searching, his loved ones were already out there searching. There's one friend that his mother talks about who was out there from the very beginning once they found out that he was out in this area. So it is unfortunate that the police waited a week, because in that time frame, not only did it rain, which affected the scent that the dogs could pick up on. But of course, we know that when someone's missing, if they're not found within that first 24 to 48 hours, it makes finding them extremely difficult.
I have gotten a report from the neighbors around in that area that they did.
I'm 52 years old.
Hold on, y'all. It's a commercial.
Their search was trash. They didn't put enough effort into it. So things about this story is really, really fishy. You know? It's really, really fishy. The timeline of him being lost in the woods at 6 o'clock, my son wouldn't have been lost in the woods in the daytime at 6 o'clock, even on the psychotic break. Because I've seen him when he's going through things, I've seen how his mind clicks and he zones in. He zones in, he focuses, and he scrambles to get things done. So I know in the state of mind that he would have been in, he would have been like, oh, I got to get the hell out of here. And he would have been trying to find his way to a road. So I don't know if
Okay,
this is
love you. Let me know what happens.
Kidnapping, somebody that was claiming that they was going to help my son, and it really wasn't help. Like, as humans, we watch enough of this stuff every day. Things are not adding up in those woods. And my son, he is smart. We're talking about, this is 7 days. We're talking about 7 days, and it's no trace. The dogs haven't been able to pick up a scent. Like, explain to me, Carroll County, because I'm not understanding. What I'm more so furious. And then on top of that, Mr. Wayne, who was a neighboring resident out there, he had posted videos of a surrounding area that has not been searched. Do you know Carroll County asked them to take it down? For what reason, I'm not for sure, but I need answers. I'm not at the point of being emotionally unstable at this point. I'm furious. Because these are the neighbors telling me this. These are the neighbors that have searched their creeks, their backyards, their acres, and it's no sign of my son. I didn't feel my son in there. The path that we took to the Chattahoochee did not add up to my son running full speed through that. Those woods are thick, okay? It's thick. And in the daylight, I don't see my son running through there. I see him trying to figure out where he is and what direction he can take, because each one of those wooded areas leads into somebody's backyard. My biggest issue is where the gentleman that said that we couldn't get on his acres until Carroll County or special authorities reach there. It's supposed to be a big search team out there on Tuesday. I will be out there on Tuesday because I have to know what kind of search are y'all really trying to do, because from my knowledge, y'all have not done nothing.
All right, we're going to pause right there because that's the first 10 minutes right there. Again, this is weird, y'all. This is weird that he ran in the woods and disappeared. Allison, welcome in. How you doing, Bessie? Now, I'm not blaming nobody yet because I don't know. I don't know. So I don't want to put that out there and make it seem like I'm blaming somebody. Hey, thank you for that heart me. I appreciate it. I'm not blaming nobody, y'all. But it's suspect. And for those people that are in here that are familiar with Whitesburg, they can agree with me that it's a lot of trees. It's a lot of nothing. Oh, thank you for the high bears. I appreciate that. I can't I can't read the name on there though. I can't read your handle. But thank you. I appreciate the lightning bolts. But that's just weird that it definitely is. I don't know. And then I'm thinking, why didn't he go? Oh, Heather, hey, but yeah, hey, thank you, thank you. I was like, what? Oh, I still got to get with you too. I'm gonna message you after the shows. Keith Carter, welcome in. How you doing, bestie? It's weird to me that he went to the back door, not the front door. I just don't know, y'all. I just don't know. And then to take off running in the woods, why wouldn't he go back to his car that was running? Am I making sense to y'all? Allison, thank you for that rose. I appreciate it. Why wouldn't he go back to his car, y'all? And to that point, most of us keep our phones on us. Even if we just jumping out in the run in the store or something, we have our phone in our back pocket or something, right? Allison, we're talking about Malik Polk, Polk. He is missing. He went missing in Whitesburg. Whitesburg is a very, 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 very small town here in Georgia. Very, very small. Like I'm saying, even saying it's small is giving it too much credit, right? It doesn't capture how small this place is. But he went, and I used to wrestle there every Saturday night, so I'm familiar with it. And so he went knocking on somebody's door, and they said he tried to jiggle the door handle or whatnot. And then when the homeowner opened the door with his pew pew, the young man went running in the woods, and nobody's seen him since. You know, right, Lord? Blink and you miss it. Right, right. Sneeze and you 10 minutes out of town. That's just how small it is. And so now we have his mom. She's on YouTube and she's just pleading. Not only is she pleading with help with finding her son, but she's also trying to figure out why is because Whitesburg is in Carroll County. Carrollton is the big city of that county, of the county seat, but which is where I went to college at. But Carroll County and Coweta County is Newnan is the big city or town in that county seat. And that's where he's from. And his mom saying he don't know nobody in Whitesburg. And believe me, Whitesburg is not a place you're about to drive to if you don't have a reason to be there. That is on nobody's tourist destination spot. I assure you of that.
They're not out there today because today is a holiday. So things will pick back up on Tuesday. And my question is, if it was one of theirs, would a holiday even matter? Would a holiday matter? I don't think so. But they want me to care about a holiday when my son has been missing for 7 days and I have no answers. Now they're saying that it's supposed to be a search warrant so they can go through his car for some clues and we're supposed to be able to get the car back. But that's still not answering my question. Because before it started pouring down.
For real? I didn't know that.
On late Monday night or
I didn't know it was on
morning,
OP Live.
they could have had, hey, let's get out here. We're 30 minutes behind. We're 30 minutes behind this kid.
Possibility,
Why
Chrissy.
wasn't it not a
very
eager
easy to
moment
do
for Carroll County or Coweta County to get out here and immediately get on him? Y'all would have been right on his trail.
Join all month long as we celebrate
Sorry,
QVC's 4th.
Another commercial. Get through here. We'll get back to that audio. In the meantime, keep double tapping. Share the live out if possible.
The dogs were able to pick up on Malik's scent, and they followed it all the way out to the road, and then it stopped abruptly. It stopped, according to what I was able to find from his family, it stopped out near Highway 5, which is interesting. But unfortunately, it didn't pick up anywhere else. There were multiple dogs that searched, and the scent stops in this place, and then that was it. Now, because of the rain, it's possible that his scent was somewhere else or it did pick up further along, but the rain washed it away. We don't know. But just given that it did stop abruptly, that calls into question, okay, did he get into a car with someone along Highway 5? Did someone see him on foot and offer to help him? Someone who maybe had bad intentions? Was he hitchhiking? There's just so many questions, but his scent stopping suddenly could potentially be a big clue. But like I mentioned to you, they did find his car. I believe it was on the Dillard's property. I didn't see that actually written anywhere, but you can kind of put two and two together because it was said that he got out of his car and left it running, and also the Dillards said that he parked in their driveway. So I believe that that is where his car was found. And again,
now, while this is playing, while the mother is speaking, this is not the mother, this is the content creator. But while the mother is speaking on YouTube, the man is commenting on her video. The homeowner, he's commenting on her video, so you all can read it too. And y'all know we don't gatekeep. I'll send you the link so you can see it. But I'm not saying that he's saying anything incriminating. I'm just saying that he's on her live, and she don't say nothing back to him. I'm pretty sure she sees him commenting. She don't say anything back to him. So I don't know, y'all.
Again, his car was left running. He never turned it off when he got out of it. Malik's phone was turned off around this time, so it last pinged out in the Whitesburg area, and that was it. It never pinged again. And they actually got search warrants for his electronic devices, for his car, I believe, and they also did a search
Okay,
of
I'll send it
his
to you.
apartment. But as far as we know, they didn't find any signs of foul play, and whatever they are finding on the electronic devices hasn't been released yet. The police are also trying to get surveillance footage from any businesses in the area. I showed you on the map, there isn't a whole lot going on in this area, but the businesses and maybe the gas stations that are there could potentially...
Now, across the street from the building that we wrestled in, I don't even know if you can call it a building. It was more like a barn kind of garage kind of thing. But anyway, across the street, there was a little Mexican restaurant and like what you call it with the drag strips. You know where they do the car racing. That was there as well. Okay, I'll send it to you as well. I got you, Allison.
Potentially help if they have any footage of Malik on their CCTV. He showed up in the evening time, but there was still about 3 hours of daylight left. And his mom said, just given the time of day that it was and her experience going out there to search, he would have been able to see, even though it's a densely wooded area, he would have been able to see where he was going. So hopefully he walked somewhere to where he became visible by someone's camera. There's a church in the area. I'm curious about if they have cameras as well. But again, we're still waiting for information. One thing his mom has talked about is the fact that it took an entire week for the police to actually start searching. She said there was a back and forth between which county was going to do what in terms of the search, and that delayed everything.
It took them a week to get to that point. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just felt like it wasn't a sense of urgency. Had things been handled a little bit, had it been done more on the first day when this happened, you know what I mean? I don't think I would be here 2 weeks later, day 16, trying to figure it out. I don't think it was a sense of urgency. It was too much arguing back and forth between counties on who should do what.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they didn't get out there till a week later. Mind you, Corey had been out there every single day walking those woods.
Right. Yes, a friend of his spoke with me and did relay that information over to me. A lot of area had been searched before law enforcement got involved, right?
Right, yes.
This was a week later them getting involved.
So much can happen in a week. We know that the first couple days, those precious moments, have to be capitalized on. The longer it drags
Christy, according to the
the worse
homeowner in
the
the
odds of
live,
finding the
when he
missing
was
person
commenting on
are.
the
So
mother's
I
live on
understand her
YouTube, he
frustration
said he
and
doesn't have
truly
cameras.
feeling like there was a lack of urgency in her son's disappearance. They may have been able to find more clues if
There he is,
they went
little
out
brother.
sooner, maybe footprints that could have gotten washed away, or maybe the scent, like we talked about with the dogs, that could have been more prominent for the dogs to follow. Or maybe they could have found Malik himself. We don't know. Did he trip and fall and get hurt, and then someone came across him who had bad intentions? The man whose property...
Little brother, I was explaining to them how small of a town Whitesburg is. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, I'm trying to think how I could put this on how small that town is. So basically, and see, it's hard to explain because unless you actually been through small towns, that's the only way you'd understand it. But basically, Whitesburg, even though there's multiple roads to go into Whitesburg, there's only one main road on Whitesburg. And lo and behold, it's called Main Street, which is kind of funny. But so coming from Columbus, where I'm at, I have to go through Newnan to get to Whitesburg. And anytime I had a show or anything, if I felt like getting up there a day before, a day early or whatever, just to hang out in Newnan, I'd let my big brother know I'm in town and we hang out in Newnan and stuff before we go to a show. Because to be quite honest, there's really not anything really to do in Whitesburg. Not really. I mean, they got it downtown, but there ain't really much to do. So,
Yeah.
like I said, it's a small town. So,
Now every Saturday we was here, right?
yep, almost every Saturday. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could take a picture of it, but I can. Here's what I'll tell y'all to do after the show. Go and Google Whitesburg, Georgia, and get an aerial view or get a what they call it, where you is a street view, I think it's called.
Yeah, it's like Street View, something like that. Yeah, all you gotta do is go into Google Maps. Go in. You can even do it where you ask it to give you directions to it. So when it pulls up Whitesburg, and you do it like that, go ahead and just back out of the direction part of Google Maps, and then just leave it on the part where you're there, and then go to you can change it to Street View to where you can kind of see the trees and everything like that along with where the roads are. And like I said, you'll see one road that goes through the town. Whenever we get through there, there's like a gas station you pass, Dollar General, Dollar General, the elementary school. I think that was an elementary school.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Elementary school. The place where we would wrestle at, and then a Mexican restaurant on the right side. Some kind of park or something that's on
Drag
the
strip
left
race
side.
where they do the
Yeah,
drag race. I told y'all.
yeah. And then another gas station convenience store that my wrestling mom worked at. As soon as you pass that, that's it for Whitesburg. You're out of Whitesburg as soon as you pass that. That's how big that town is.
I told him, man. It's, let me ask you this: do you think if a person doesn't know anybody in Whitesburg, don't have any reason to be in Whitesburg, would this be a destination that a person would just joyride in?
No. If it wasn't for wrestling, there would have been no reason for me to be in Whitesburg. None. I would go as far as Newnan and that's it. I drive around Whitesburg. I would drive around it to go wherever I need to go. or I'd stay on I-95 to get, because basically I'd leave out of Newnan and go back on I-85 to get to where I need to go. But I would have no reason to be in Whitesburg whatsoever if I didn't have to wrestle there.
I appreciate that, brother. All right, now we're gonna get back to the mom. She's talking.
The
Oh no,
divots
the
that he
context
was
ain't still
on,
talking.
they
Hold on.
have been very open with Sharita, according to her. She said that they've communicated with her, they've opened their doors to her. She seems comfortable with their story that they just showed the firearm to run him off. I'm not trying to speak for her, of course, but just trying to give a little bit of context of what I have seen. Of course, if his family sees this, feel free to let me know of any clarifications. I'll be happy to fix anything. But what makes this case really strange is that Malik had no ties to Whitesburg whatsoever. He didn't know anyone in this area. His mom said he'd never been out in this area. No one from Whitesburg has come out to say, yeah, I knew Malik, he was coming to see me. So how he even came to be out in this area or why is still a mystery. It just seems really strange though that he parked in the driveway and then went to the back door. I saw someone online speculating that perhaps a mental health crisis could have been happening, or that maybe he thought he was at someone's house that he knew when he really wasn't. But just for it to be so far from his home and in an area that is so, it's not familiar to him, it just causes so many questions to come up.
That
Now we
part,
know
Key
that
Carter.
he's not in a hospital
That
or
part
in jail
right
or
there.
anything like that in Mississippi. Because again, you know, they're thinking that my son suffered from a psychotic break that sent him on this, you know, I don't know. And I know he has been struggling. He has been struggling mentally. But it's like this. If I know you're going through something, or you know things might not be going as they plan, we don't know how people may take that.
Pause. White Kingdom. What do you mean obey the laws? Does your spoiled kids obey the law when y'all get them pew-pews and allow them to go to school and unalive other kids? Is that obeying the law? What about your 34 convicted pretender in chief? Was he obeying the law?
Big brother, hang on, pause. White Kingdom, how you doing? My name is Matthew Collins, aka Sea Dog Collins. Let me explain something to your little Nabisco sapien, knuckle dragon, snow roach looking behind. And matter of fact, you don't even have a profile picture. Let me explain something to you. Don't come up in here with all that crap. Please do not. This ain't one of them atmospheres where you can just freaking run your mouth and sit here and think you can just say whatever the heck you want. Go ahead and go back wherever you came from. Stay over there. And don't come back over here, because you come back over here, you won't get your feelings hurt. Okay, big brother, carry on, please.
Period. Now, you more than welcome to stay and sit down and shut up. But one thing you're not going to do is disrespect no women in here, and you not going to disrespect our life. Our life. So here's what you can do. You can wipe your feet, and you can sit down and listen. Now, we're going to get back to covering this missing young man right here, because that's what's more important, all right? Now, next time you don't know how to act, you going to the block party.
We don't know what another person is feeling. So for my son to be at this breaking point with himself, to the point where that night when he pulled up into that gentleman's driveway, I want to say that he thought he was going somewhere familiar.
Shout out to Keith Carter. She's watched 400 minutes of our live. I appreciate that support.
Your brain is logically telling you, like, this is where you're supposed to be, and you're not supposed to be there. You're not even in the area where you're supposed to be.
Malik is 5'9",
you did?
150 pounds,
Lori?
and he was wearing a white t-shirt, blue jeans. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please contact the Coweta County Sheriff, and I will have their information in the description box for your reference. I've never been to Whitesburg, but on the map, it just looks like a very, very small town. There's not a lot out there that would give him a reason to visit, so I just really wonder what made him go out there that day. But I wanted to share with you a little bit of information that I've learned about missing persons. I was shocked to learn this number actually. There's 90,000 active missing persons cases at any given time as of 2026. There are also 15,496 active unclaimed persons in the United States as of April of 2026. So that made me wonder, if there's so many missing people and there's so many unclaimed, unidentified people, how many of those could potentially be matched up? How many people aren't missing at all? They've passed away, but they remain unidentified, so they're still technically listed as a missing person. If someone goes missing in one part of the country and then turns up in a completely other part of the country, which has happened in stories that we've talked about, it can take years and years and years for their remains to be matched to their identity, unfortunately. I found it interesting that certain states have higher missing persons cases. It's probably relevant, the actual
Let's have a moment of prayer real quick for White Kingdom. Dear Heavenly Father, first and foremost, I pray for forgiveness because I'm about to go off on this person. Father, you know my heart, you know my spirit, and I know you're still working on it. Father, I just pray that you give White Kingdom some love, because apparently his mother did not tell him that she loved him or that he was good enough, or maybe he didn't get enough hugs in his life. Father, clearly we're dealing with a racist chaos agent right here, Father. So I pray that you put your hands upon his hardened heart and let him know that if he thinks that when he gets to Judgment Day, that Christ Jesus is going to be a stringy haired porcelain white man, that he's going to be sadly mistaken. But Father, I pray that you do not forget the actions that this man is demonstrating right now and showing his acism. In these things we ask in your Son, Jesus Christ's name, let us say,
And
amen.
let the church say, amen.
Amen.
White Kingdom.
Amen.
Guess what,
But
sir?
he already
You
gone.
about to go to the block party. You
He
don't go
is
yourself
gone.
to the wrong side of TikTok. See,
Yes, he
this
did.
is the side of
But he's
TikTok.
already
It's the
gone.
hood. It's the hood of TikTok. Everybody's welcome, but not everybody get to stay. So, White Kingdom, this is what I want you to do. You about to take your little gift bag. They got a bottle of Johnson & Johnson, got a red MAGA hat, and a coupon to Taco Bell. So go ahead and have yourself a seat, sir. There's some other people there that'll be glad to have you. Have a great day.
A whole lot of money. Y'all it for me. Bottle keep popping that water bag. Jacking. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
White Kingdom. Okay. What we having, Walker?
It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
Enjoy your seat, sir.
Yeah, 'cause he's gone and I ain't his mama.
I heard.
So,
She said, I ain't playing with you now.
nope.
Man, y'all, you know, it's a shame when people decide to be disrespectful like that at a time like this. So we won't allow him any more attention, and we'll refocus our attention to the vanishing of Malik Polk.
population of the state, but 3 of them stood out, which was Florida, California, and Texas. Florida has the highest number of missing persons in the month of April of this year, which was the last data that I could find. They had 211 people reported missing in Florida in April. And then Texas was next at 61, and California after that at 57 missing persons. Even though African Americans only make up 13% of the population, up to 40% of missing persons are people of color, which is very interesting. And we know that these cases are severely underrepresented in the media, and they receive a lot less news coverage. But when someone goes missing, there are 5 factors to consider that put them in a more vulnerable position, that they could potentially be harmed. And those 5 things are being a child, suffering from mental illness or depression, being elderly or living with dementia, being a person who lives with suicidal thoughts, and those living with a disability or those who have gone missing without life-saving medication. I did also see a statistic, people between the ages of 21 and 30 are among the highest percentages of people that go missing, which is very, very interesting. The first step to keeping ourselves and our loved ones safe is awareness. So I think it's important to know information like this, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. It's very scary because anyone can become a missing person at any time. We talk about these cases and we dive into the details, but we never consider, many of us never consider that it could be us or someone that we really love and care about. But that is all I have for you today. Definitely let me know what you think about this one in the comment section down below. My thoughts truly go out to Malik's family. I'm hoping for a swift resolution and for answers to come out very, very soon for them.
So yes, they are getting to the point where it's fire, it's moving,
This is a
things are
follow-up from
igniting,
his
and
mother.
they're starting to see that I am very serious. Very serious as a mother. I have a family behind me. Malik has a community behind him, and your post is your post. You're sharing your prayers. Something is being answered. You know what I mean? We may not be able to see it at the present moment, but little by little, things are unfolding, and I'm getting closer and closer to bringing our son
Dimple
home.
cheeks.
Help us find Malik, y'all.
Well,
Thank y'all so much.
It's been almost a
Every day a
month,
child
and I can
teen is
only
missing.
imagine what
That's
his
insane.
mom and his siblings and his family is going through in his absence. I am working on, at this point, 2 cases a week, so if you have any cases that you would like for me to look into, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. There's a few cases that I am in the process of researching, and so that I can bring them all to you guys. But when I see a missing persons case that's current and ongoing and that's not really getting the coverage that it needs, I think it's important for me to bring that to the forefront, because that is where my reporting can be of most help. So all right, that's where I'll leave you guys. I will see you in the next one.
Let's give that up. Her name is Sunny Shay V. Give it up to her for covering that. That's crazy that here I am an hour away from here and I haven't heard anything about that. But it goes to show you how the media coverage is, and I am more appalled at law enforcement, both law enforcement departments, Coweta County and Carroll County, for telling her that, hey, we can't look for your child right now. It's a holiday. That's and then to wait a week to do, I just don't get it. Listen, y'all, thank y'all for joining us for a hashtag. I'm gonna say it. Take a break, and the day is young, so we got more stuff to do, and I hope to see you in the next broadcast. All right, I love y'all to life. Take care.